Previously on Kimba TV. Okay, profit green or alpha levels. So, you guys see the 27540 on Addis? Let's say that it is the weekend, so you're gonna have to take it on the sweep. Is that it? What is that? The open interest is at 500 plus. Anytime that it goes above 500, you're looking about like a $700,000 candle easy. Is my mic on? Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Bugatti, Bugatti, Bugatti. Holy Bugatti. How we doing, Lions? God damn. God damn. Bugatti! Oh, man. Bundes, flex the P&L boy. Yep, okay, so I'll show everything. However, I did not get any of this move. IK3, well, we juiced, but nowhere close to how much we could have juiced. Okay, all right, let's get started. We're going 2012 homecoming, y'all. This P&L got me listening to love songs, y'all. Here we go. So I literally did everything that we talked about, which means that I closed my long way too early. Let's go! We going to Hawaii! But you know what's fucked up? You know what's fucked up? This would have been a $1.1 million trade if I didn't close it at 28. But you see what I did though? I did exactly what I said I would do. So I got stopped out on the short. I got stopped out on the, I hit TP, I entered short and got stopped out on the short at 27970. Okay? Screenshot it, do whatever you need to do. You know how many times I'm gonna have to show this today? It was only above 30K for less than 30 seconds. Dude, I missed the whole thing. I missed the whole move up. I didn't even know what was happening until I got like alerts and shit going off, you know? Let me load everything up real quick though. Yeah, if I had let that long run, oh my God. I mean, I probably would have round tripped the whole move, right? I mean, I wasn't watching any of this shit. Is anybody in a short? You're fucking nasty if you are. Well, we gotta delete all these levels, so that got hit, 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 that got hit. Holy fuck. Okay, and then... Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I closed my long way too early, but how the fuck were we? But the open interest is reloaded. There's gonna be another big move. All right, let me load up chat here quick. Mo guy says in from 30,150? The fuck? How? That's fucking G. That's G. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Big ass open interest. There's still more big ass open interest. I did not get to juice on that move up on a long. I was already closed out. Did not get into any sort of short. So I'm a little bit behind. We basically executed everything that I did. If you guys remember. So once we got above 27.3, you can see I don't know what my average close price was, but it was, you know, worse than 300. I think it was like 426 or some shit, but right. So once we started to get above 27, I started shaving. Once we got above 27.3, I was closing out the short. 27.970 was the green lantern level. Closed the long there, flipped short right there, got stopped out on that short right there. That's it. MEXC hit 30,606. I wasn't even, like I came back to the 5-minute candle. It was dumping. Neon Abyss says, would be in a 29.5K short if Bybit did not freeze the fuck up. Yeah, I mean, we already know what it is as part of the game. There's always gonna be exchanges that are gonna, you know, pause or freeze or whatever. Fioga says high block must be pretty clean right now. Well, you want to take a look? So let's start with the 3 month and work our way backwards, yeah? 3 month, okay, juicy. 1 month, juicy, cleaned all that. 7 day, juicy. 12 hour, juicy. Yeah, you know what everybody's doing right now that I can see? There's a lot of people shorting. And I don't know if this is where they want to short. And you know what? You know what's also Gucci Magooch? The open interest is reloaded. There's going to be another big move probably in the next 14 days. The next Fibonacci time extension lands, I think, next Friday. So, I don't know. Sometime between today and next Friday, there could be something funky. What I'm going to try to do is, if you remember Operation Green Lantern, I need to do a higher time frame version of that because we expanded outside of the 28,000 range, right? Yeah, but Julian, in my opinion, brother, there's nothing that tells me, hey, this is the easy trade to get in right now. You know, I can tell you that there's, I don't know, it kind of looks like retail, but there's a lot of small, chunky shorts coming, which is interesting. You know what the biggest gamma is, right? It's 4,400 on S&P. So I did not get to juice on this pump up, and I'm not in a short. You know, I wish I was, and I wish I was flexing, but I'm not. So, yeah, it is what it is. I had blind limits set for TPs and entries since it was the weekend, and they just, hit. So 83 says, Kimba, what does it mean OI reloaded? A lot of people went right back into positions after they got wrecked. A lot of people immediately got into positions when they got wrecked. YSX says, is it time to go to 20K? No, not yet. Not yet. I bet there's a lot of retail shorters that need to get squeezed again. Yeah, these are like pivot points, and so it's like trying to say that this is what we need to do now, I think would be impossible because I don't know what data you'd be looking at. No CVD div, although we could potentially get one. Just comparing like Coinbase, CME, looking at the levels, looking at the sweeps, but what I would say if I had to recap is, go back to the July 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, like that whole week when we were waiting for the 30,400 sweep, okay? We just got that, and then you combine that with the higher concept of, okay, if we don't crawl back into 2930 and turn that into support, it's still bearish, if you guys remember that. So, you cross-reference all of those things, and so you might think, okay, I'm not too late on a short, right? You still need to have, you need to pay attention to the traditional markets, especially if there's specific days that have really high amounts of volume, right? Because that could be telling you something. Yeah, and just understanding what it means for Bybit or Binance to sweep, but Coinbase and CME to not sweep. From there, I think you can start to understand, okay, well, the higher probability maybe is this, and maybe if it does get to this level or this, I might think about shorting, right? Yeah, and that's about it. 27.7, 27.6 is a really crucial level that you have to hold. In fact, if you got into a long from there this morning, that is absolutely gangster. I don't even have to say you should be proud of yourself because that's like a very high level trader type of shit. So there's a couple of other things here, like Minch, for example. This might, something like this might be interesting, right? Like from this squeeze to this squeeze. 8 hours. From this squeeze to this squeeze, another 8 hours. So you know, for sure, I'm going to be here with y'all when the 8-hour marker starts again, right? Obviously, I would love to see the same thing just happen over and over and over. So, bank, right? But aside from that, like liquidity got pretty spanked really, really hard. And, you know, we have 44. Let's see if the S&P updated. And I got to actually get a little bit more coffee. Mo guy says, how far did the market structure change from that wick, would you say? Well, not that significantly, to be honest with you, because you're still inside this thing. But you have more single prints to the upside, and you can take a look at Coinbase, like, didn't sweep. So, but the cool thing is if you guys remember, all these days, well, specifically all these days, we were talking about this is going to get swept. This is going to get swept. This is going to get bad high, bad high, bad high, bad high, bad high. That's going to get swept. Bitch. Got him. That's it. And now it just pulled back to golden pocket with a bunch of retail shorting down here again. So yeah, nothing really changed, Mo guy. Yeah, and you know, now like this is really in play. You know, and then but maybe this is the one to higher. Maybe this is the one we get the 32.4. So I want to see exactly what the thing wants to do. We swept that. All those shorts got stopped out. Bugatti. And you know what they do, right? You stop everyone out before the real move happens. So, because this is a good high, right? That's a good high. These were bad. The only thing for me, right, would be, okay, well, Coinbase didn't sweep. Like, look at the level here. Let me turn this shit off. So, yeah, that's it. So really, the cool thing is all the shit that we talked about here these days. You guys remember this? This was when I was like, we had a really good long. We had like a good long. I don't know where, but I round tripped myself because my TP was the sweep. You guys, I don't know if you guys remember that. I round tripped my dumb ass, and then I think this was like a single print or something goofy like that. I can't remember. But I got round tripped on this because I was waiting for a sweep on. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, okay, they're gonna save it for later. And eventually they came and stopped everybody out. So now for me, it's like, okay, well, CME didn't sweep, Coinbase didn't sweep. Is that good enough? Historically speaking, I think we know what it would lean towards. Okay, and so, you know, open interest is still above 500 mil, so you've got another potential big volatile move coming. Yeah, that's it. And all I'm doing is I'm noticing this. 8 hours. 8 hours later type of shit. 8 hours. Daniel DMP says, man, I remember Friday you said something about 2K candle when you least expect it. Yeah, so Daniel, this is it's not like we're predicting the future or anything like that. This is the correlation that you see with high open interest. And it doesn't matter if it's crypto or Tesla or S&P. Anytime you have open interest that high, that means that somebody gonna get spanked. Big. There's just too much money out there for it to not get grabbed. You know, like both sides are eyeing each other like, holy shit, like look at the prize on the other side if we get them. You know, so, and the good news is, Daniel DMP, is the open interest is still high. So we're still probably going to see like a 1K, 2K candle. Okay. And you know what would be crazy? If the open interest builds and builds and builds and it doesn't reset and it gets to like 700, 800, 900, 1 billion. Oh my God. Yeah. So, but that being said, you know, like, I completely, whiffed on this whole thing because I closed, my entire long at, 28,000 basically. And I actually went short at 28,000 and broke even and got stopped out on that. So I'm not going to sit here and, pretend like, I saw that thangity thing coming, you know, but, you know, when open interest is high like that, get ready. And it's still high. So, yeah, I don't think you've missed anything. And let's just keep our head on a swivel and do our best and just continue to interpret the data correctly, you know? And let it come to us. Shout outs to shorters and longers if you're already in a position too. That's fucking awesome. So, if the correct move is down, they're going to stop out all the shorts first. 30,000, that level was a level that we had been talking about back in July, if you remember. And so, so you combine that with, do you remember at the end of August, we were saying how, hey man, we got to get back into 2930 before we would even think about it being able to make a full rotation back up and being bullish, right? This could be like a bearish retest, right? And then the last variable that I would sprinkle is the discrepancy between CME, Coinbase, Binance, and Bybit on that 30,400 sweep. So for me, the easiest trade would be a sweep of the sweep, with CME and Coinbase both doing what they need to do. I can't just have Binance and Bybit and MEXC, you know, their goofy asses sweep their own sweep, but then Coinbase and CME still not do it. So that would be the easiest trade that I could see for myself. If that happens first before your 27995, I think the 27995 single print, you don't want to long. It kind of becomes a very similar scenario from this morning where 27.7, 27.6, you really didn't want to lose that. And if you wanted to actually long that, that was actually a valid long. Because if you lost that, the single print down there, you didn't want to long that single print. That shit was going to get shit on, most likely. And you were going to probably go all the way down to like 26. That 26.6 was also going to get lost too, probably. So I think it's like kind of similar to that, where we've kind of pulled back as much as we would really want to. And so if they want to go, they should go now and sweep now. If the single print comes first, well, I'm going to have to switch to this, and I'm going to switch to 4 hour, and okay, no, I don't think so, LPZ. I think my next long is like down here. Jeezy says, could you tell me what you meant when you said a true sweep never holds? Oh, what I meant was if this is the real sweep, meaning like it doesn't have to sweep on CME or Coinbase. And so if this is the sweep, then they would never really have high time frame candle body closes above the golden pocket. Alpha says, what's the probability of another sweep 50-50? I think it's a little bit higher than 50-50. But here's the problem, Alpha. It's the timing. it doesn't have to do it this time, and they can come back 2 months later and sweep it. Diego says, where are the fingerprints that you are looking for? This is not CSI. You mean single print? Well, right now they're a little bit too far away, so there's going to be more mathematical and Fibonacci-based levels in between before we get to the single print. I'll show you. To the downside, you got like the 27.2, and to the upside, you have like 31 something. Like 31.32. Alpezy says yellow dotted long, a potential sweep play. Yeah, Alpezy. Yeah. It was basically a talk of that. Alpezy, I probably don't even have to explain it, brother. You see it, right? And you know what's also funny? Binancio Magneto. Somebody's in there for 1,600 at 28,000. 844 at 27.9. Jay-Z, good night. Snowing says, you're looking for a long at the blue box? I haven't been here since the morning. Well, it's not... Yeah, I am looking, but, you know, I need that open interest to look good. And it's... Were you just here when I said that it has to move quick in and out? The value area low is extremely high. So... yeah, I'll probably attempt it, Snowing, but it probably wouldn't hurt to just understand all the stuff that you're risking and all the usual planning that we talk about. But yeah, Snowing, I'll probably attempt a shot there. Stop loss is going to be, you know, halfway or significantly closer to 1, but basically behind 886. So I'm already in a short, so I might shave some there. Well, yeah, do what you do, brother. I don't want to really contaminate your original thought process. So if you were looking at that initially, then use it as confluence, but stick to your original plan. You know, I'm rooting for you. I'll see you guys bright and early again tomorrow. As long as this open interest is more than 600, 500 mil, I mean, I'm going to have to wake up. And if the open interest starts to creep towards like $1 billion, oh my God. Market makers, do your thing. No, not yet, not yet. I always have to be like longs and shorts, I'm rooting for you, remember? And then I have to be like, Sato, tell them what happens if you don't use stop loss. Then you got to do the exclamation hot dog. Gentlemen, I'm out of here. Ron, have a great night, everybody. Hey, rooting for y'all. Sato, tell them what happens if you don't use a stop loss.